I want to go into kind of setting up the phone now, getting it ready to use. One of the things that will most likely be turned on out of the box is 4G, Wi-Fi, and a couple of other things. So I'm going to hit menu from the home screen here, and then I'm going to press settings. So this gives you the settings that you can change on the phone, and one of the first ones I recommend you doing is go into wireless and networks. So I'm just going to press that, and in here you'll be able to turn on and off some of those functions that you had little toggles on the screen for. When I got my phone, it had 4G turned on right out of the box, so definitely recommend turning that off, because that will definitely waste some battery. And then turn these guys off when you're not using them. Right now, Wi-Fi, I'm at home and I'm plugged in to the charger, so that's why I have it turned on. But normally I keep this turned off. Bluetooth, same thing, turned off. Sprint hotspot is the feature that if you pay an extra $30 or $40 to Sprint, Sprint hotspot lets you share your phone's internet connection with a few other devices. So if you want to use that, just be aware that you're gonna have to pay for that. So let's see. Let's put the focus a little there. Okay. So that's all for this menu. I'm gonna hit the back button here, and the next menu I want to go into is the accounts and sync menu. When you first start up your phone, it's going to give you a wizard asking you to enter your Gmail data, your Google account information, and if you don't come in here and manage that, it's going to constantly be running stuff in the background. So, for example, background data I've turned on because I do want to receive my Gmail throughout the day, as well as auto sync. If I change a contact, I want it to sync up to my online, Google account info. Um, One of the things you can do is the frequency of other applications. For example, news and stocks are turned on by default, I think, as is weather. But what you can do is, and I'm going to use weather as an example, you touch weather, and you can change the frequency of how often it updates. So let's go to that. And I currently have mine just updating once a day. And you can come in here, press that menu, and you can change how often it's going to update. And just, be mindful that the more frequently you update it, the more battery life it's going to use. So I just have mine once a day. If I need to know the weather, I can go into the weather application and just refresh it at that time. So let's go back again. You can see here I have stocks turned off. It is not syncing the stock information. As you can see, the little box is not checked off. If I wanted to do that, just check on it, and you can see the little wheel comes on there, and it starts syncing your stock information. Okay, so now just gonna uncheck that since I'm not a big stock person or a day trader or anything like that. So I'll just hit the back button, and again, Facebook, I think I only have, let's see what my frequency on that is. Again, I just have that turned on to once a day. So you can change that more often, just, keep in mind that it's going to drain more battery. And one of the bad things about the HTC EVO 4G is it gives you so many options for staying connected that it kind of gives you too much rope so that you could hang yourself with it in terms of battery life. So just always keep that in mind. The more stuff you have going on, the more it's going to drain the battery. So I'm just going to go back. And the last thing I would say to change in the settings is in the security menu. You can change the screen lock, how long it takes for the phone to lock up. If you want visible passwords, you can set your password. And currently, I'm going to lock the screen here. And you lock the screen by pressing the power button that's on the top of the phone, the top right here. And so I'm just going to lock that screen up. And then I'm going to press the button again. And you can see here's the lock screen. I have mine set to not need a password until it's been locked for 10 minutes straight. So right now if I swipe this down, it's just going to take me right back into the menu and it's not going to ask me for a password. You change that by using this feature here. You can change it so that it immediately requires a password regardless of how long it's been locked for. Or the longest is 15 minutes, so you can change those. By default it's going to use a pattern lock, which so right now I have using the numbers. I'm probably just going to edit this part out where I enter my keypad or my info in. Okay, so here we have this menu again. Or once I've entered my password, it's going to give you none, pattern, pin, or password. So let me show you what the pattern one looks like. You'll have these 9 little circles here, and I'll ask you to enter a pattern. So let's say I just want to do a swipe across. Oh, it says connect at least 4 dots, try again. So that was a fail on my part. So let's just do a swipe like this. So it says pattern recorded. You hit continue. It'll ask you to verify the pattern. And that is now your new unlock pattern. So you can confirm. And so now, let's do immediately. Just so I can show you an example of this. So I'm going to press that lock button. And the screen is going to go dark. I'm going to unlock that. Screen's refreshed on my computer, so now you can see the unlock screen. I'm going to pull this down. And so now you can see it's asking me for the unlock pattern that we set. So put that guy in. And it opened. What you can do also is if you want to get used to it for a little bit, you can do what's called visible pattern. And so I'm going to turn that on. Again, lock the screen. Unlock it. Swipe this guy down. And now you'll notice the difference here is you'll be able to see the pattern that you're drawing out. So lots of different options for you to put a little bit of security on your phone. I highly recommend you use either the pattern or the pin. The pin number, it asks you, put in a pin. I'll just do 2, 3, 4 for right now. Hit continue. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the only reason I prefer the pin to the pattern is because I don't know if you can make it out on the camera, but there are some smudges on the screen, and I haven't been able to successfully do it with my friends' phones or mine, or have them do it with mine, but I've read about people being able to tell what your unlock pattern is based on the pattern of the smudges on your screen. So that's kind of why I recommend using the pin. So I'm just going to do the pin that we just created. Hit OK. And so those are the security features of the phone. Again, that's basically all I recommend setting up on your phone out of the box. Everything else is personal preference. I've showed you how to add and remove widgets. If you want to add another program, just open that little guy. Say you want to add the Huffington Post on your home screen, hold on that icon, and you can drag it onto your home screen now. So there you go. That's pretty much the end of my starting out with your phone. Enjoy it, have fun, and I'll be creating some more videos for a little more advanced customization of the phone, um, some apps that are not on the phone originally. I'll do a video just for the marketplace itself, which is this little icon right here with the little shopping bag. Um, so that'll be a separate video as well. And stay tuned for those. Thanks.